Hi everyone. Thanks very much for having us here today. I firstly want to say it's been an amazing morning. It's my first time ever attending an event like this, and it has been so uplifting. There's been tears and laughs and everything else, and I think that's very hard to get in a room this size sometimes. So it's been really, really, really fantastic. As Jonathan said, we are the corporate partner this year, and that sounds very corporate and very high level. But what we refer to you as colloquially within our organisation is our staff charity. And what that means is that the staff are very much involved in choosing our charities every year. We've done this for many, many years. That we have a voluntary team within Irish Life that work alongside their 9-to-5 job to promote the staff charity every year. And we will do many and multitude and sometimes ridiculous and crazy fundraising things throughout the year that the staff are actually involved in. It's not to say the corporate team don't make a big donation every year as well, but the real money comes from people shaving beards and running marathons and cake sales and all sorts of different things all year. And it's a really big deal at the end of the year when we get to announce how much we have raised in that year. We're also very competitive, so we're trying to beat each other every year as well. So hopefully this year is really, really going to be big. As Jonathan said, last year, it was a really bad year for everything. The cost of living really hit the charity very heavily. So we're really, really hopeful that the rest of the year is going to be amazing, because I really want to make sure that every penny that we raise can help with things like Catherine spoke about earlier on and Katrina spoke about earlier on. That's the important stuff. We're going to talk about financials a little bit now. Shouldn't be important. Unfortunately, it is. It shouldn't be in everything that you're experiencing at the moment, but unfortunately, it can be a little bit. Financial planning is a funny thing because I talk about it all the time and I forget that the planning word is probably the most important word in that. It was so interesting to listen to Dr. Annette earlier on, and I really want to steal that slide that she had of the guy on the bike, because she said, we all have a plan for our lives and it's unconscious and it's made very young. And I can attain to that. I have an 8-year-old girl at the moment at home who has a full life planned out for herself, children, dogs, living in Italy, the whole shebang, which is wonderful, and I hope every bit of it comes through. But unfortunately, that bottom slide kicks in, you know, the one with the pitfalls, and also the peaks. There'll be peaks that nobody ever was ready for either, but the troughs do kick in there. And if you take nothing from what I say today, because the speakers that were before me were a lot more important than me, but the one thing that we say to everyone, no matter what room I stand in, is to have a plan. And whether that's the plan from today, or you had a plan from 10 years ago, or you want to start your plan this time next year, having a financial plan that means that you can take the stress of financials out of your everyday life and focus on the lovely things that Katrina mentioned earlier on, the trips away and things like that. Or as Catherine said, her life was in a lovely tidy box and unfortunately something impeached on that box. Financials, we would hope, shouldn't be involved in that. We've done a lot of research in Irish Life over the years on financial stresses and how much they are impeaching in everybody's lives. Unfortunately, they impeach on us all. You know, money shouldn't be important, but then it makes the world go round as well. So if in doubt, please think about putting a plan in place, whether that's passing funds on to the next generation or putting savings plans in places, all that sort of stuff. And what the team came to us with and said, how do our members choose somebody to go to for advice? You know exactly, if you need help with your disease at the moment, that you can go to your nurse, and your nurse will send you to the right doctor, the right treatment, whatever else. But then trying to get financial advice can be difficult, because unfortunately the world was a little bit murky in financial advice down the years, and people have been stung. So now, if you really want to get the best advice and to look for somebody who can really help you, I'm not about to say it's Irish Life under any circumstances. I'm going to say there are many, many trained professionals in Ireland that can do that. But what I would start with is try to find somebody with the right qualifications. Everybody should be fully qualified financial advisors before you speak to them. And number two, as you are well aware of, the team around you is very, very important with your treatment. With regard to your financials as well, find somebody you trust, that you build a rapport with, and that you're happy working with for the next few years, because a plan isn't just made and stopped. It has to be tweaked and amended, as the guy on the bike unfortunately doesn't get to go straight all the time. He gets to go a little bit around the curve a little bit. So you may need to draw on their support as the years go on and as things maybe improve or disapprove improve within your life, financially and otherwise, you may just need to call on that person again. So having a great rapport with that person and being able to chat to them and explain to them, give out to them, moan, vent, all those sort of things that you would do with your nurses, I'm sure, that you may need to do with your financial advisor as well. Irish Life, there's millions of us, there's plenty of us in Irish Life, but we're not saying we're the only ones, there's plenty of other ones too. And it may be just that you need to find the right person for yourself. But there, as I said, the qualifications should be there. They should be QFA, which is Qualified Financial Advisor, and maybe CFP, which is Certified Financial Planner as well, which means that they have the ability to fully guide you through your finances. Garvan and I are going to be here for the rest of the day. Financials are not to be spoken about in a room this size. If you had anything that you wanted to run by us, we've heard it all. I don't know how many clients we've met over the years. Unfortunately, we're not as young as we once were, so it's many, many, many people. You haven't got a problem that we haven't heard before, and if you wanted to have a quick chat, we are available to do so. I am not going to rattle on any longer because the food is very good in the fairways, so I know you're all going to want to get to your lunch, but as I said, if there's anything we can do outside, please feel free to give us a shout, and we'll be only too happy to help. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not overestimating when I say I've really been touched by what I heard this morning, like between Katrina and Catherine, and then listening to the doctors and their passion for protecting all of you from your disease. It's unbelievable. And the girls and the guys all came across from our office here in Dundalk this morning, and I don't think we were really expecting what was going to happen here, you know. So I hope you have a great rest of the day. And I think Jonathan mentioned dancing, so I hope you do hit the dance floor later on. I won't be. Thanks a million.